Good morning, kids. Today we're checking out a brand new video. Well, okay, not a brand new video from Wikizilla. The kaiju profiles for the other titans from Godzilla, King of the Monsters 2019. I know it's late, but it was recommended to me, so don't take it up with me. Let's hop in and check it out. Because this will actually be useful.
Hey Kaiju fans, I'm the boy who cried Godzilla, and
Yo,
today we're looking at all of the new titans
wow.
who woke up in Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
How many of these things are there?
17 and counting after Godzilla.
Did you say 17?
Back in October of 2017, Godzilla King of the Monsters director Michael Dougherty dropped a minor spoiler for his upcoming film.
Although I do need to design some new monsters for this one beyond our initial 4.
The emergence and rampage scenes for these titans were nearly cut to save money, but the filmmakers realized that King Ghidorah's troops would lack menace if everyone except Rodan was just dots on a map. While there's a lot that we still don't know about Legendary's latest original kaiju, we're going to share all that we've gathered. At the start of 2019, every titan except Godzilla and Kong were dormant and under close observation by the cryptozoological organization Monarch. After a group of eco-terrorists led by Alan Jonah awakened King Ghidorah in Antarctica, the three-headed alien summoned his terrestrial brethren and ordered them to wipe out humanity. Only Godzilla and Mothra resisted his call. The rest of the titans wreaked havoc around the globe until Madison Russell activated the sonar device Orca at Fenway Park, pacifying them. Behemoth, Scylla, Methuselah, and a new female Muto all traveled to Boston, arriving a few minutes too late to take a side in the final battle between Godzilla and King Ghidorah. Along with
But still, though, just enough to be able to kneel before the true king.
And they all bowed before Godzilla, the undisputed king of the monsters. That's their shared history. Now for a look at the individual titans. Abaddon resided beneath Devil's Tower in Wyoming, in a nod to the 1977 film Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Its name comes from an angel of the bottomless pit, who leads an army of locusts in the Christian Bible's Book of Revelations. Amaluk, named after a horned water monster from Kalapuyan folklore, had his resting place marked as the Manpupunur rock formations in Russia's Komi Republic. Baphomet hails from Volubilis, an ancient Berber city near Meknes, Morocco. Its name is an old French misspelling of Muhammad, famously invoked by King Philip IV as a god worshipped by the Knights Templar. The goat-headed fellow came later. Behemoth, named after a monster from the Hebrew Bible, emerged near Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and quickly set to work destroying the city. He has a
Behemoth is this fellow, the mammoth-looking sloth.
A sloth-like body, although some concepts were closer to a woolly mammoth. After King Ghidorah's defeat, he used his unique radiation to regrow the Amazon rainforest. In the novelization, a Monarch agent named Mariko sabotaged the organization's efforts to kill him, believing him to be the most interesting titan. That turned out to be an apt description, given the wild applause he received at the G-Fest screening of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and YMSF's efforts to produce a 6-inch figure of him. Since most Toho kaiju resemble reptiles or insects, Dougherty wanted another mammalian titan to complement Kong.
Give us a mammal!
One ape's point of origin was Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, in Australia's Northern Territory. It's named after a swamp monster from Australian Aboriginal mythology. In the Godzilla King of the Monsters novelization, an unnamed monarch outpost was built around an octopus-like titan in the Indian Ocean with a dense, curving cone of shell protecting his head. The agents there nicknamed him Kraken after a sea monster from Norse mythology. He had multiple brains and hearts, could change his color and pattern at will, and could likely regenerate any part of his body. Upon hearing King Ghidorah's call, he tricked Monarch's containment field into thinking he was dead before launching a surprise attack, sinking the outpost. Leviathan, named after Behemoth's aquatic counterpart in the Hebrew Bible, lurked in Loch Ness, Scotland. I guess just calling it Nessie would have been too on the nose. Margeiger is the other novelization-exclusive titan. Monarch found her remains in the Arctic, clearly the loser of her fight with another titan, and transported her to Castle Bravo for study. Her name comes from a type of mermaid described in the Norwegian educational text The King's Mirror, written around 1250. This photo from The Art of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, closely matches her description in the book, making her only the third monster to be created for a Godzilla film, rejected, and then turned up somewhere else. Methuselah appeared to be a simple mountain outside Munich, Germany, until he heard King Ghidorah's call. He's named after a biblical figure said to—
I actually do really like that one because it's just there, just asleep, just a mountainside. But then it's like, huh? What? Oh, we killing shit? Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go! Oh, jumps up and gets to it, like doesn't hold back.
To have lived until the ripe old age of 969. Concept art posted by Shu Tianhua to ArtStation offered
Ooh.
several different takes on this titan, some of them leaning closer to rhinos or bulls. DNEG visual effects supervisor Brian Connor cited Methuselah's awakening as an especially difficult scene, incorporating birds, dust, trees, and debris that had to fall just right to reveal the titan's face. All we know about Mokele Mbembe in the movie is that he's named after a sauropod-like cryptid said to live in the Congo and is located in Jebel Barkal, Sudan. You can also just seem to glimpse him as he breaks out of Monarch Outpost 75. The novelization expands his role significantly and describes him as having 4 thick legs, a massive snake-like tail, a curved horn on his head pulsing with a very faint green light, a head that looks something like an earless elephant except that its tusks are turned down rather than up, and a mouth that opens like a crocodile's, revealing thousands of teeth. When battling Monarch in the Egyptian army, he used his trunk and tail as weapons.
Oop, hold on, we'll be right back. And we're back with...
Quetzalcoatl's home was Machu Picchu, an ancient Incan citadel in Peru. Its name, which comes from the Mesoamerican feathered serpent god, is shared with a monster from Godzilla the series. Scylla burst out of an oil field in the Arizona desert, likely a reference to the 1955 film Tarantula, and perhaps Godzilla Final Wars as well. From there, she attacks the state capital, Phoenix. A news article at the end of the film reports on her cooling the Arctic, while another establishes her as the same Scylla described by Greek mythology. Her design is a mixture of a spider, crab, ammonite, and Cthulhu.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sekhmet came from Cairo, Egypt, named after the goddess of war and healing from Egyptian mythology. Tiamat inhabited Stone Mountain in Georgia. It's named after a Babylonian salt sea goddess. Typhon is from Angkor Wat, Cambodia, named after the father of monsters from Greek mythology. The mythical Typhon's children include Scylla, although there is no known connection between the two titans themselves. Yamata no Orochi, named after a serpent from Japanese mythology.
Yes, the 8-headed serpent. The only way of killing it is to slice off all 8 heads, but first, you have to get it drunk.
Lived in a place familiar to any kaiju fan, Mount Fuji. Orochi has a long history in kaiju media, appearing in Toho's films The Three Treasures and Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon. GMK also presents King Ghidorah as a juvenile Orochi. In addition, the opening Warner Brothers logo is flanked by a pair of titans, one resembling a griffin and the other a 3-headed quadruped. While it's possible that these two are among the film's unseen titans, we don't know for sure. Now for the ones who didn't make the cut. A set report by Bloody Disgusting mentions a titan in Mexico named Sargon, presumably removed during post-production. There's also concept art of titans who look nothing like the ones in the film, like a scorpion, another Lovecraftian nightmare, and this spindly boy. Castle Bravo designs work in Otachi and a kaiju skinmite from Pacific Rim, along with this 2006 photo of a beluga whale skeleton, better known to the internet
as SCP-682. Classic.
As SCP-682. Since all were depicted with pre-existing images, we believe they were simply placeholders. The same can't be said for concept art for the film's final scene, which shows several familiar faces circling Godzilla. Gigan, Kamacuras, Baragon, Anguirus, Kumanga, and even Gamera. According to Michael Dougherty, these weren't just placeholders. At one point, Legendary wanted to license some Toho monsters for cameos. After finding out that Toho charges a separate price for each monster regardless of screen time, they decided it wasn't worth it. However, the skeletal remains of what Dougherty has said might or might not be Anguirus can be glimpsed outside Godzilla's temple. While it's safe to expect more of them in Godzilla vs. Kong, that's all we have for now on Legendary's original Titans. Thanks for watching!
Well, like it was obvious, this was going to be a short video because there isn't really too much to say about the monsters, at least from this movie. So, anyway, folks, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link to the roots will be in the description below, and I'll see all you kids next time when we flick back on. This is Fox, signing out. Peace.